Well, good day and welcome to all of our friends, family, and following. Listen, what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through the registration steps of Bitconnect. By now, you should have seen some type of training on Bitconnect. You should know what it is and why you want to participate. This is one of the automated platforms that we're bringing to our audience. And so I'm going to show you how to set up an account very quickly and then how to get it funded so that you can actually do a lend to Bitconnect. Remember, as you lend to Bitconnect, you're going to get interest, assuming that there's interest to give on a daily basis. There'll be times, we've had times where we've not earned any interest that day, but as long as we have been a part of Bitconnect, we've been averaging about 1% a day, and depending on the type of lend that you're doing, it could average even more than that. Okay. All right. So we're just going to go through here. This is going to be pretty self-explanatory here. I'm doing this as a test. Okay. So this is Millionaires is kind of our brand as it relates to the whole, this whole space. I'm going to blank out some information here so you're not emailing and calling and all that good stuff. So give me just a few moments. Make sure, now you might not be seeing this as I'm putting in a password, but make sure that you put in a very strong password. And once you get inside, we'll have training that will show you how to set up two-factor authentication to bring more protection to your account. I'm putting in a phone number, and let me make sure you can see the format that this phone number should be in, but then I'm going to actually blur my number out so I'm not getting tons of phone calls. Okay. And I tell you what, let me unblur this for just a moment. I'm about to put a number just so you guys can see this. This is not my number, so don't call. So let's say if you were in the U.S., it already does the spaces and all that good stuff for you. All right. So it already will put your country code. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to blur things out. All right, you do want to make sure, and it looks like that my password did not match, so I've got to go back and do that. That might be blurred out. You might not even see that anyway. Okay, make sure that you have a sponsor in the sponsor column there. Okay, and then you're going to put in your date of birth. Again, I'm doing this as a test, so I'm gonna do this for my son here. I'll do my oldest son, in whom I am very well pleased. We're going to do I'm not a robot, and then we're going to sign up. So registration is free, pretty painless there, okay? And now we need to go and we need to check our email. So I'm going to go back real quickly. I'm going to check the email and click on the little confirmation there. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am in this particular email account that we're using for this test account here, this demo account, so we can show you how to set everything up. So you check your email, and there's an activation link. I don't want to show the activation code number, so we're going to click on the activation link. Give me a moment. Please click on the link or copy the activation code and paste it in the activation page. So we're going to click on the link and see if that does everything we needed to do. All right, so this account was activated. So I'm going to log in with the demo account information that I just put in. Be mindful, that is a demo email, so don't email there, okay? Don't expect. Give me just a moment here. Did I do that right? Wrong. There we go. Whoops. Okay, so we are now in the system, okay? We are now in the system. Now, to make this very simple for you. So what's going to happen here is we want to load up some Bitcoin so we can lend it to the system. All right. And again, hopefully you've already watched some of the other content. So I'm going to walk you through that simple process. The first thing we have to do is we need to load up Bitcoin. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to come to where it says deposit Bitcoin. Okay, deposit Bitcoin. I tell you what, before we do anything, let's see this down here. This verification manager send. Okay, so we need to click here for a login shield. So let's do that. All right, I don't know if it's going to send us. Okay, so we've got to go back to our email address, so we're going to do that real quickly. Okay, so we've got a congratulations that our Bitconnect account is active and registered, and then we had another message here, confirm our login from the browser, and we need to confirm this. I'm just going to click right here. Okay, so now we've done the login shield. All right, so now we're going to scroll down and we're going to click where it says deposit BTC. That stands for deposit Bitcoin. We're going to left click here. And now this is going to give us a deposit address. Now, you know, you can also do this with your phone. I've never done the whole QR code thing. What I always do is would simply just grab this right here, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to run over to a Bitcoin wallet, and I'm going to send Bitcoin. I'm going to do, for this test, I'm going to do $100 worth of Bitcoin. So I'm going to do a little more than $100 just to make sure that there's any quick fluctuations, and you'll see how this works. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take this. Now I'm going to go into a Bitcoin wallet. I'm not going to show that part on screen. We will be back. Okay, family, I am back here. I've already sent that off. Obviously, I was not going to do that on screen. I was not going to log into my account and show that on the screen. However, what I did do is I took a picture of it. I blocked out any sensitive information here. And so as we go back here to Bitconnect, this was the send address. So we were sending Bitcoin to Bitconnect, sending Bitcoin to Bitconnect, okay? And so here was that address here. And we sent a little extra. We're doing this as a test, you know, so $100 is what the minimum happens to be able to do a lend. And so I wanted to send just a little extra because pricing, you know, can change or what have you. So I sent $105 worth of Bitcoin. And so what I did here is I didn't know the amount of Bitcoin I needed. I just put in 105 US dollars, and the system told me how much Bitcoin I needed to send. With this particular wallet, there's a small transaction fee. I wanted a priority send. So this is telling us basically how much They also deduct it in Bitcoin, what that means in US dollars. So it cost me $2.04 to send. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to wait until the Bitcoin is in the Bitconnect wallet, and then we're going to show you what to do from there. We'll be back. Okay, we are back. That was actually pretty quick because I did the priority send. It was much quicker than what I anticipated it would be. And so you can see now that I've got the funds in my Bitcoin wallet. Okay, and you can even come down here and you can see that I've got the funds in my Bitcoin wallet. All right, looks like there was a small little transaction fee. That's why you want to send just a little extra to make sure that you're in good shape there. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to convert our Bitcoin into Bitconnect. Okay. So we have to send Bitcoin into the system, one. Once the Bitcoin is into the system, we're going to exchange it for Bitconnect. All right. And so we're just going to click on this link right here. Okay. So when we clicked on this link here, this brought us to the Bitconnect exchange. All right. So what we're going to now do is just scroll down and we're going to buy Bitconnect. You can see here, this is the amount of Bitcoin that we have, and we'll just use all of it. Okay. And they've already put in what the last price was. And we're simply going to click where it says buy Bitconnect. I'm sorry, we're going to click where it says all here. Okay. Now, what we could have done is we could have done any amount of this. But again, I put everything in here for the purposes of this demo. And now we're just going to click where it says buy Bitconnect coin. All right. So we came to the exchange. It showed us the amount of Bitcoin we have. In this case, we clicked all. We could have done a portion of it, but we put enough in there to do a $100 lend. It might be a slightly over $100. And now we're going to click buy Bitconnect coin, left click. There's going to be a confirmation here. Okay, so we'll just look over it real quickly. Okay, okay, okay. All right, and then we're going to left click on confirm. All right, and so now there's been an order placed that may not be filled just yet. So it's been filled. See right here, our Bitconnect wallet. All right. So now we have Bitconnect. And now what we're going to do is transfer to our lending wallet. So to transfer to our lending wallet, we want to go over here and essentially go back to the home page. We're going to click on this icon here. And now we're going to click where it says lend Bitconnect, left click. And now we're going to be able to put the amount in dollars or in Bitconnect. Now remember, what we just did was we sent Bitcoin into the system. We converted the Bitcoin into Bitconnect. So right here, what you can do is just put the dollar amount. Okay. Or I'll tell you one other thing that we could do. We could go back. I'm going to back up real quickly. I tell you what, no, I'm going to do the dollar. I'm going to just do $100. That's going to make it real easy for tracking purposes. Okay. So we're going to do $100. All right. So we came back to the home page. Lend Bitconnect, left click. Okay. And this is going to remind you that if you're lending between $100 to $1,000, that is going to be a 299 days that your capital is committed, but then you'll be earning daily interest, assuming there is interest. There's not always interest. Sometimes the market didn't allow for interest, but it's been averaging about 1% a day. Now, if you were doing a higher amount, $1,010 to $5,000, your release date is earlier. This winds up being about 8 months. plus you get an additional 0.10% daily. All right, and that starts to add up. And then you see your other options here. So right now I'm just going to do the $100. Okay, it's going to tell me how much Bitconnect coin, and I'm going to say pay from my Bitconnect wallet. Left click. I've got to verify my terms and conditions. Sorry about that. Okay, and then I'm simply going to left click. There is a confirmation screen, and it goes over everything here. Okay, and I'm going to click confirm. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have now successfully lent $100 to the Bitconnect trading bot, for which we're going to earn a variable rate of interest every day. Some days there'll be little interest. Some days there'll be no interest. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what I'll do is I will take you into the very first account that we set up for testing purposes. So give me just a moment. I'm going to log out of here and take you to another test account that we set up initially for testing purposes. We'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. So the first testing account that we set up, we did the same thing. We only did $100 just to kind of test things out. So we're going to go over here with this little paper icon here. And what this is going to do is this is going to show us, give us a moment. I'm going to go to our lending wallet here. All right, so really quickly, we went over here to the paper. We came over here to the lending wallet. Okay, and we started doing this test back on June the 10th, okay, with $100. You can see here, this day, I think that was this tells you the interest paid that day. All right, the next day was 1.16, the next day was 1.09, the next day is 0.9, the next day is 0.83, the next day was 0.99. This day there was no interest paid out. This day 0.82. So you can see that. And then what we do is you can relend. I believe the minimum to relend is $10. All right. Hey, listen, I am coming back actually a few days from when I originally started cutting the video. And there was a couple things that I wanted to be able to show you. First off, so this is the same test account here. For instance, here was a day where there was no variable interest. Now, remember, with this particular account, it started off with just $100. All right, there. That would be a hold period of 299 days, about 10 months. All right, but you can see here, and it's already producing every single day, every single day. Now, there might be some days where you get no interest, like this day here, there was no variable interest. Had we done this with $1,010, then you would get your variable interest, assuming there was variable interest that day, plus 0.10, a tenth of a percent. If this account was $5,010, meaning that lend amount, okay, not the cumulative, that specific lend amount. If there was a specific lend amount of $5,010 or up, then that would be 0.20 in terms of your bonus interest on top of any variable for that day. And then if you had 10,000 and 10,000, I think it's 10,010 bucks, okay, then that would be 0.25 bonus interest every day on top of whatever your variable happens to be. So if you have the resources and you can do $1,010, obviously if you can do 10,000 and 10 bucks, go for it. Don't hurt your family. If you can do 5,000 and 10 bucks, go for it. Don't hurt your family. Never hurt your family. All right. That just allows you to get that little extra bonus every single day. All right. Now, what I wanted to show you real quickly, I actually flubbed up a little bit. Well, I'll show you a couple things. Number one is I had someone, a family member that has already gotten Bitconnect, and they made their first lend, and that generated some commissions. So good on that front. But with those commissions, you can do a couple things. You can withdraw the commissions, in which case, if you withdrew the commissions, you would be withdrawing in Bitcoin, okay? Or you can relend. And so I decided to relend in this particular account. I'm not looking to take anything out of this account, just kind of let this account, do what the account does. And so you can see here, this now becomes a new, its own set aside contract. It tells you when the capital release date is. That's going to be April the 23rd. So between now and April the 23rd of 2018, this $120 is going to work for us on a daily basis. There might be some days where there is no variable interest, but most days there's at least something. Now, what it is obviously changes from day to day. And the other thing I was going to show you, and I just flubbed it up, is I was going to show you I had another $35.83 that was sitting right here in the lending wallet. And it was my intent to show you on screen how you can, even if it's not $100, once you have funds in your lending wallet, how you can, with as little as $10, essentially lend $10 at a time, okay? Everything's in increments of $10. I made a mistake, all right, because I intended to show you this on screen, but I'm still learning the system as well. But I want to tell you how you would do that. So let's say that you have accumulated $10, okay? And what's going to happen is it's going to show in your lending wallet. It's going to show in your lending wallet, okay? I made a boo-boo, and instead of just keeping it in the lending wallet, I sent it over to my Bitconnect wallet. That was a boo-boo on my part. So I just wanted to show you what you would do if, let's say, you had $10 sitting in your lending wallet and you wanted to go on and lend that, so that $10 or that $20 or that $30 also starts earning interest potentially on a daily basis. So what you would have done, and again, I just made a boo-boo, you would have come back to the home page here, and instead of where it says lend Bitconnect, because the only way you can, look at there, a dollar just came in. I don't even know where that came from, okay? All right, instead of where it says lend Bitconnect, you would go to where it says reinvest. Now, I don't have enough here to do so. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So you would go here where it says reinvest. Now, it's not going to let me do this because I need to have $10. I don't think so. Yeah. All right. But if this were $10, all right. So let me show you this again. Home page. I'm talking about when you have in your lending wallet. All right. And you're going to have funds in your lending wallet coming from your daily interest, also coming from any commissions that you might have accrued. Okay, all right. And so what you would do if you want to relend that is you're going to click where it says reinvest, and that's going to take it right from your lending wallet. Let's say if it was at least $10, all right, you'd put in the amount that you want to lend. Okay. And then basically you would click reinvest, and now that $10 or that $20 or that $30 would be its own contract. And of course, if it's 10 or 20 or 30 or $40, then that 10, 20 or 30 or $40 is going to have a 299-day hold, but it will be earning every day. So what this system allows you to do is every $10 you have in your lending wallet, you can actually go on and relend that to start to, compound, having a compound effect. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that real quickly. And this is going to be a major, an anchor of our 5-step. It won't be the only thing that we'll have in our 5-step, but this will be an anchor in our 5-step. This is going to allow our folks, when they become a part of Bitconnect, as soon as we can get this person a Bitcoin wallet, and many people that will come to us will already have one, and they move Bitcoin in and they go on and they make their lend, they're making money in 24 hours. That's the key. In 24 hours, they're seeing results. And it doesn't have to be big results for most people, all right? Just as long as they're saying, this thing works for me. Again, the paper lending wallet, okay? People start seeing this. They start seeing this, maybe they tested the waters with 100 or 1,010 or what have you. They see that this is working. Oh, one other thing I needed to say real quickly, okay? And obviously I want to be mindful of the time. One of the things that's so important with any of these currencies is use, all right? The more they are used, then the more value that brings to that particular currency, okay? What I love about Bitconnect, all right, is in order for you to lend, you've got to do it with Bitconnect coins, all right? So every time somebody is looking to lend, all right, particularly if they're bringing funds in from the outside so that they can lend, it has to be converted into Bitconnect coin. It has to be. So then what happens is there is this constant movement of the coin, all right? There is this flow, this currency, all right, of the coin, and that should bode well for us with Bitconnect for a long time to come. All right, with that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Let's get you to Digi, my gosh, millionaire status.